What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am your host, CheChe. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. We're going to be talking about the Sagittarius New Moon that is occurring tonight. Shout out to the Sagittarius in the house, as well as the solar eclipse that is happening tonight. All right. So before we get started with today's topic, let's go for our deep breaths. I want you to inhale deeply through the nose, taking as much air as you can. Exhale fully, expel all the air out those lungs, and try to take in more air with each inhalation. Okay, really deplete those lungs. All right, join in. Let's go. Breathing in. Sorry for the cutoff, you guys. I had a lot of stress in my right hand, I see. Kept bumping and slowing down. Apologies for the interruptions. I'm sipping water per usual. What are you drinking? Hopefully you're drinking something that's gonna nourish the body, nourish your soul. Like I said, we're in having a new moon and solar eclipse tonight. So you know what solar eclipses and full moons and all those planetary shifts is great to, well, it's advisable to stay hydrated. You got to stay hydrated because your energy may just be working overtime, so it's just very important to get your rest, to get that rejuvenation, and to keep yourself hydrated as much as possible. All right, so let's do our welcomes. Of course, we're in Sagittarius season, so we're going to start with fire signs. Shout out to the Sagittarius, the Leos, and the Aries. Cheers to y'all. Shout out to the air signs, the Aquariuses, Libras, and Geminis. Cheers. Shout out to the earth signs, the Virgos, Tauruses, and Capricorns. And last but not least, the water babies, the Cancers, Scorpios, and Pisces. Cheers, cheers, sip it up. All right, you guys. So, like I said, it is Friday, okay? And this evening, going into Saturday, December 4th, will be the Sagittarius New Moon, as well as the solar eclipse, okay? So, as I've discussed on previous episodes, the new moon is when the moon is dark. It's when you cannot see it in the sky. It will not be illuminated, okay? So, this is when the moon phase is growing, okay? It's going to illuminate more as the day goes on. But as of tonight, you will not be able to see the moon in the sky, okay? And with new moons, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's all about new beginnings, okay? New starts, new ideas, new decisions, new careers, new relationships, new sense of self, new passions, anything, new fashions, new hairstyle, new perspective, anything that's new, fresh, the start of something, okay? And since we are in a fire season, with it being Sagittarius season, it is the element of fire. And so when you think of, oh, damn, my bad, y'all. When you think of fire, what comes to mind? Okay. For me personally, fire is, warm, right? It's warm, it feels good, it can be very relaxing to look at. Just thinking of the fire element, you can kind of get the sense of what Sagittarius season is all about. The fire, it could be a little flame, or it can, turn into a wildfire to burn down a whole forest fire, right? So just depending on how it's contained and maintained, right? So with fire energy, it's passion, right? It's sexy, it's hot, it can be dangerous, it can be risky, it can be bold. Think of the adjectives that come to mind when you think of the color red, or when you think of the adjective of like spicy, hot, just thinking of that energy. That's going to be Sagittarius season, okay? We did just come out of sexy Scorpio season, so Sagittarius is going to keep that sexiness going with the fire element, okay? Whereas Scorpio is more of that water flow sexy. Sagittarius is going to be that hot, ready, bold, and then out like a light. Okay, they're here, they're hot, they're heavy, they're ready right now, and then phew, once the fire is gone, the fire is gone, right? So the passion can be very hot and heavy. The passion can be very spicy. It can also be very, here today, gone tomorrow, right? Like if you just blow out the flame, it's gone. So there may not be as much of a staying power compared to like an earth energy or a water energy, right? Fire, air is kind of more here today, gone tomorrow, whereas like earth and water is more like let me invest a little more time in this before I move from this. But with Sagittarius season, it is also during holiday season, right? We just wrapped up Thanksgiving, which kind of kicks off Sagittarius season, and then it wraps up right before Christmas. Okay, so we're in this holiday season with Sagittarius season, so that Sagittarius energy is going to be like that holiday season energy as well, right? So when you think of the holiday season, you think, well, for me personally, what comes to mind when I think of the holiday season, lights, right? When you think of lights, flame, wood fires, lighting the fire. What do you call it? Like lighting the fireplace. Damn, lighting the fireplace. The weather is colder outside, so you want to warm up. You want to drink those warmer drinks. The hot toddies, the hot chocolate. Maybe you're starting to drink more coffee because it is cold compared to how much coffee consumption you have during the summer and spring months, right? So you may see an increase in coffee or hot chocolates or pumpkin lattes, pumpkin spice lattes, and all that stuff. So just that desire to feel warm, and also the desire to, be booed up, to be cuddled up, somebody for someone else or another energy source to give you that warmness, right? To give you those hugs, to give you that snuggle. Baby, it's cold outside energy, right? So with Sagittarius season, it's gonna embody all of that energy. It just, wanting that love, wanting that attention, wanting fun. Holiday season is all about the holiday parties, right? Getting together with family, having those reunions, getting dressed up, having those special events, those bigger events like around holiday season. So it's just like that, bigger, like that bigger energy of like, oh, you're getting dressed up more than usual, or you're more glamorous than usual, or you see what I'm saying? So with Sagittarius, it is ruled by Jupiter, which is the largest planet in the solar system. So with Sagittarius energy, it is very much expansive energy, okay? It is very much go big, go home energy. When you look at the Sagittarius symbol, it is symbolized by the arrow, and the arrow is aiming upward, okay? So upward and onward is another message that comes to mind when it comes to Sagittarius energy. You not only want to aim high, but aim forward. You don't want to just go extreme with the stuff, but you want it to make sense, right? You want it to be a big, high decision on something that's going to propel you forward, on something that's going to give you some type of progression, some type of momentum into a goal, and not just expending your energy to just go up to come straight back down, right? You don't want to crash, right? You want to progress, you want to grow into it. So with that Sagittarius energy, just like how the new moon is going to be growing, you see like the moon phases behind me, it's going to be like the dark moon, and then it's slowly going to come into that full illumination for the full moon, which will be, well, we're in Sagittarius season, so it'll be a full moon in Gemini. Right, like we're in December now, but like in 2 weeks, okay, in 2 weeks we're gonna have a full moon in Gemini, because Gemini is the sister sign to Sagittarius. Remember, fire and air go together, so Sagittarius is fire, Gemini is air. They're 6 months apart, or 6 signs apart, I would say. So yeah, so with the Sagittarius season, since it is all about that expansive energy, that go big, go home energy, this is a great time to think about those big dreams, to think about those big plans, those big ideas, those big like, oh, I wish I could go on tour with Beyonce. Lean into that energy. I wish I could become president of the United States. Lean into that. I wish I could become an Academy Award winning actress. Lean into that. Whatever it is, like whatever your heart's desire is, Sagittarius New Moon is a perfect time to go big, go home with the big desires of your mind, okay? Jupiter is also the planet of luck, fortune, good, positive energy, optimistic energy. So this is a great time to lean into that optimistic energy, to lean into that manifesting energy. Like I was talking to a friend the other day. And I was telling her, like, do you want to hope or do you want to manifest? I don't want to be hopeful for something. I want to manifest it. I don't want to say, man, like, I hope it goes through, because that just, I feel like that leaves room for like no faith to happen. And I just feel like you need to have full faith in the things that you really want, the things that you love, that's the desires of your heart that align with your soul purpose, that's not hurting anybody, that makes you more expansive. Lean into that. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, where was I going with that? I totally just lost it. Mm. But this is a great time, like I was saying, with the Sagittarius New Moon. This is the time to lean into the ideas that's going to allow you to be more expansive, that's going to allow you to see yourself in a bigger light, in a more glamorous light, in a more fulfilled light, because Sagittarius is, like I said, a very optimistic energy. So, this is the energy that's going to. Be more optimistic in the possibilities of what could go right rather than what could go wrong. Okay, so the Sagittarius friend is who you want to have to go on a spontaneous road trip. They're the one that you want to go maybe travel and do like some type of excursion, or have some type of adventurous energy behind it, right? Like if you want some gusto in your life, maybe get you a Sagittarius friend to just help you to see yourself in a bigger light, or in a more expansive light. So, with the Sagittarius energy, this is the time, with it being the new moon, this is the time to put pen to paper what you want. This is the time to manifest. How do you manifest? I would say manifest with all of the senses, right? Because sometimes you see, oh, this is a great time to journal, write down your manifestations. Or what I've been seeing a lot today, actually, for the Sagittarius new moon, is that it's a great time to visualize the success you want, to visualize what looks good for you, to yeah, to just put it in your mind's eye, right? And yes, that is a great way to manifest. However, it is not the only way to manifest, okay? So, yes, put it in your mind's eye, but you can't, it's not enough to just think about it. You have to think about it with sincere belief. You have to think about it with faith. You have to think about it with, yeah, with faith, with joy, with optimism, okay? Not necessarily hope, but optimism. You see that, like, the energy change with that? It's like, I hope it happens. It's gonna happen. Just declare, so it is. So it is. So just allowing yourself to be a little more assertive in what you choose to believe true to happen into your life, or what you want to manifest into your life, because again, we are dealing with fire energy. Fire is a masculine element, okay? Like I said, with it being a new moon, it is also a solar eclipse, okay? Eclipse is when well, since it's a new moon, you're not going to be able to see the eclipse, but it's basically, when the moon is like bright, and then you see that dark, moon go in front of the sun, and then it's like that ring around it. That's pretty much what it is, okay? So with the eclipse, this is all about cataclysmic change. This is all about cataclysmic change. This is about fated events. This is about random, like, what? I didn't see that coming, right? So with it being the new moon, new energy, right? Fresh starts, new beginnings. But before you can start something fresh, right? Before you can start over, before you can fully allow yourself to be available for this new thing, it will require closing old chapters. It will require, cutting cords, and deciding, okay, it served its purpose. Let me walk away. Okay, they were here for a season. They taught me what I needed to know. Thank you. I know you want my energy in your world, but I don't necessarily want your energy in my world. No offense. It's all love. No, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that swift chop energy, that sudden, like, oh damn, I thought we were cool and now we're not type of energy, that everything was good until it wasn't type energy. Damn, I got fired for no reason. I lost my job for no reason. I didn't see this coming. Like, those are like the themes that you'll see with eclipse energy. So it's very important that you're clear about what you want, and what you want to manifest and what would make you happy, what would give you that fulfillment, okay? What's going to give you that spirit of Sag? What is going to give you that spirit of optimism, of happiness, of fulfillment, of joy, of just seeing life in a more bigger perspective? Because if you've ever been around someone that is depressed or experiencing depression, right? Because it is an experience. But so when you've been in around someone that is experiencing depression, right? I know for me personally, I've noticed, or I've even, experienced myself while having experiencing depression, that your view of the world could just be so limited, and how you see things, it could just be very like depressing. It could be just like, wow, like I only have this opportunity, like I'm only worth this much. Um I only have this much energy. I only have this much time. I only have these many options. No one's going to want me. I'm never going to find love again. Or I'm never going to have kids. I'm never going to get married. Or this is the only job I'm going to have. This is all I'm good at. I'm not good at anything else. Or those are the only people that want me. So I got to accept that. Like when you're experiencing depression, it could just allow you to just really not allow yourself to see how much greater the world can be, how much bigger it could turn out, right? And the Sagittarius energy is all about that optimistic view. It is ruled by Jupiter. It is all about bigger, better, go big, go home, do it up, do it or not type of energy, right? It is that optimistic, like it can happen, you can do it. And so with this energy, with this new moon, you have to do that for yourself. You have to decide, okay, in order for me to manifest something, I have to know what I want. What do you want to manifest? In order for you to know what you want to manifest, you got to know what makes you happy, what lights you up. Holiday energy, Sag energy, right? What's going to light you up? What's going to set that solar plexus on fire? What's going to, that yellow energy for you? What is your yellow energy? What is it? What is the thing that makes you feel like sunshine? What is it that makes you put your face to the sun and just smile, like eyes closed? Like, what is that shit? Like, where does your mind go when you do that? Tomorrow, that is your homework. I need you to look at the sun and then slowly let your eyes close and then let the corners of your mouth try to reach your eyes and just bask in that moment and just allow yourself to breathe. Maybe take some deep breaths and then just allow your body to speak, or maybe have that moment of silence or chant or or whatever you need to do, but just have that moment with the sun. Have that moment of lightness, that yellow energy of like, what would give me fulfillment, right? Bam, what I was saying earlier today. I was talking to my mom and I said, what was I saying? Oh, so I started a new practice of, I get my planner, right? You know how you have a calendar and it has like the month, so it has each day or whatever. So now I'm doing this new practice to help with my budgeting and shit. Like every week or so, I'll go into my checking account and I'll look at everything I've spent money on and I'll write it in red on that specific day. So then as the month goes on, I'm like, damn, I'm spending a lot of money at Publix. Why am I going to Publix every other day? Oh my God, I went to Little Caesars twice every week. I'm able to see what I'm doing, right? Because the answers lie within us, right? Like we can ask someone to like help us budget and do all this stuff, but like what your spending habits are, where you want to place your money and all that stuff. So I'm like looking at my calendars. I'm like, damn, like, why am I eating out so much, right? So like, your stomach is settled right here in this midsection, where also your solar plexus, which is yellow and rules your power source, right? Your energy. It is it's basically the energy chakra. And then right below that is the sacral chakra, which is orange in color, and it rules fulfillment, sexual desires, creativity. All of that is in the sacral chakra energy. So when I'm thinking about this is what was coming to me, right? Like, okay, I'm doing all this binge eating probably because I'm trying to fill a void that's right here, right? So what am I missing here? And if you as I mentioned before in previous episodes, there were times where like I would take some time from like going to dance class. I'm like, oh, I need to save money, or oh, I'm feeling tired, or I'm just not feeling like it, right? Different reasons. And I would notice that the time that I wouldn't dance, which I know is something that makes me feel good, is something that makes me smile, is something that like is damn about to bring me to tears right now. It because it really pulled me out of a dark place, you know? So I just have a lot of gratitude for dance and what it did for me. And, you know, whether I'm doing it or teaching it, I just light up. I just get so happy. I just get so excited. And it just fills me up. Like, there's been so many times where, like, I would be leaving dance class, whether I'm teaching or in class, and I would be hungry, but then I would get home and I would shower and I would just be up for like 2 or 3 more hours, just up, like unable to sleep and not necessarily hungry either, but just like on a high, you know? And and like what I realized today is like I feel like those times when I'm not doing the thing that fills me up, I'm not doing the thing that I know fulfills me, which is dance. One of the things that fulfill me, you know, and it's like the times that I'm not doing that, that's when I'm like starving for more junk to put in this core, you know, to put in my stomach to digest, and then I eat it and it's just still not enough, or I eat it and it's not what I wanted after all, or I buy it and it's nasty, it's gross, and I throw it away. It's like, damn, I'm just like throwing away money at this point, you know? So it's like, why are there some weeks where I'm able to maintain the indulgence, but there are some weeks where it just kind of gets away from me? And so when I was able to see the parallels of like binge eating and, you know, lack of going to the gym, or lack of want to socialize because I don't want people to see me, right? And you know, those periods of experiencing depression, probably. Yeah, experiencing depression and just this, experiencing those lows, it correlates to when I'm not doing the things that I love, you know? And even though I could say, oh, I'm saving money, you know, by not going to this class, am I though? If I'm buying junk food that I really don't like, that doesn't fill me up, that and you know what I'm saying? Like I buy it and then it's just still not enough, or I buy it, I eat it, then it makes me feel guilty, and then I just spiral to do it more the next day because hell, I already did it, you know? I already did it. So it's just like fuck it, you know, treat yourself, treat yourself. I mean, every day though, every week, you know? So just noticing those parallels in, you know, kind of like the same philosophy of healthcare, right? Like you can either pay up front or you can pay at the end, meaning you can pay up front in a gym membership, and buying organic and buying local and eating well and meal prepping and doing a food delivery service. You could pay up front, you know, buying the roughage, buying the produce that you think you're going to throw away if you don't eat it in time. You could pay up front, or you could pay at the end with healthcare bills and surgeries that are unnecessary and diets that are unnecessary and you know what I'm saying, cosmetic procedures that are unnecessary. Like you could pay it at the beginning or you could pay it at the end, but either way it's going to be an investment. And what type of investment do you want, right? And like I said on the previous episode, with it being the a full moon in Taurus, I said that energy was all about, okay, is what I'm giving out giving me what I want in return? Okay. So that was the theme of the full moon with Taurus. So hopefully with you doing that shadow work, with you doing that mental exercise to say, you know what, I'm putting my energy to do these things. Am I getting back what I need? You know, is it a smart investment? Is it being reciprocated? Is the energy being reciprocated? Are the resources being reciprocated? Is the love being reciprocated? And then just making a decision to either keep nourishing that relationship or nourishing that decision, or with the solar eclipse energy decided, you know what, no more. Decided, you know what, pivot, plot twist, change, switch up, you know, whatever you want to call it, but just decided to deviate or to pivot from what you thought you wanted into something totally new, or into something that is new to you, you know? So just allowing yourself to be a little more optimistic about what it is that you want to bring into your world, okay? Because if you know what it is that lights you up, if you know what it is that you love and it gives you fulfillment, that's going to give you that sacral chakra feeling, okay, when or that balancing of the sacral chakra, because every chakra has a balance and an imbalance, right? So with the sacral chakra being orange in color and ruling your creativity, your sexual desires, your fulfillment, how you maintain that balance is doing the things that fulfill you. maintaining yourself sexually, however, whatever that means to you, and doing the things that just literally makes you happy. Okay, the things that give you joy, that's going to help to keep that sacral chakra in check. Okay, if you're not doing the things you love to do, if you're not doing the things that give you fulfillment, that's when you can find yourself starting to fall into gluttony, fall into lust, fall into overindulgence, fall into imbalance, into, well, I done started, let me keep on going. Oh, I done took one shot, let me drink the whole bottle. Or, oh, I done cheated on my diet. Or, oh, I done cheated in a relationship with the kids, let me go in full fuck mode. Like whatever that over the deep end energy. That's how it becomes imbalanced, because you don't keep it in check. So if you know you've had struggles with overindulgence, because we are in holiday season, where it is more of that holiday energy of people interacting and socializing, and all that energy. But it's also, on the flip side of that, a very triggering time for a lot of people. There are a lot of deaths that occur around the holiday season. Like, there's so many, like think about like people that die on like Christmas Day, the day before Christmas, stuff like that. So the holiday season can be very triggering for anyone that's lost someone, or anyone that doesn't have a collective to celebrate the holidays with, or just going through the motions, right? It's colder, people may be stressed out about bills and about having to buy gifts and stuff with money they don't have. So it could just be a very triggering time for people, which will trigger overindulgence, right? And again, like I said, we're in Sagittarius energy, expansive energy. It is fire energy as well, right? So the expansion of fire energy. So that fire energy, remember, fire is passion, lust, desire. So maybe that expansiveness, expansion of your desire may be a trigger for you. Be check for that, right? Because let's say, for example, like this is what probably example just came to me. Your desire to, like, oh, I want to be free, I want to feel good, I want to do what makes me feel good. You're in a relationship, I want to do what makes me feel good. You're lusting after this person at a party, a kiss happens, y'all have sex, the partner finds out, y'all break up. It was a great relationship, but your overindulgence just got the best of you, and now, damn, I don't know where y'all done broke up. That's like an example of something like Sagittarius New Moon, solar eclipse energy, stuff like that, where it's just like, damn, out of nowhere, like it was great, and now it's like, what, pivot, plot twist, that whole energy. So keep your desires in check. Okay, if you know that there's something that you enjoy, that is positive, that makes you feel good, that adds value to your life, that doesn't hurt anyone else, lean into that. Because if you're not leaning into those healthy desires, then the unhealthy desires can overcome that sensation, can come overcome that free will you have in the choices you make every single day, right? So again, going with that sacral chakra energy, right on top of that, solar plexus, again, the things that light you up, the yellow energy. What are the things that make you feel like the sun? What are the things that put you in the spotlight? What are the things that people highlight to you to say, wow, you're really good at that, wow, you're really talented at that? Like, those things that light you up, the things that put you in the spotlight, the things that say lights, camera, action, that energy is Sag energy. Okay, right? It's time to be on the big screen, right? It's time to go big, go home. It's time to do it bigger than ever. It's time to come back and better, right? It's time to be bolder than ever before. That fire, masculine energy, do it, get it done, and be positive and optimistic of what you're deserving, right? Because part of manifestation is believing that you're deserving of the things that you believe are possible, right? Like, it's not enough to say, I wish I was an actress, but I believe I am an actress already. So I'm going to start doing actress things. Or I believe I'm an actress, and regardless, and no, not even putting the energy out there of regardless if I have the support or not, because we're leaning into, I am supported. I am divinely supported. I am divinely protected. I am divinely gifted. Okay. This is what I meant to do. This is what lights me up. And the world will see eventually. The world will see someday. So not even questioning if you're supported, the world will see, the right people will see. Okay, the divine connections will be met. I'm not concerned, I'm not worried, because this is mine, and this is what I'm made to do, and this is for me, and I'm going to give myself to others, and it's going to be a blessing that continues to give and give and give, right? That's going to be more and more expensive. So just allowing yourself to really lean into, What gives me fulfillment? Sacral chakra energy. What lights me up? Solar plexus energy. Okay. What's gonna put a smile on my face? What's gonna get me all giddy? And I don't even need to eat a meal. Like if you've seen Beyonce's Homecoming documentary on Netflix, right? There was a period on there, I think she said she didn't eat for like 3 days, right? Because she was in it. She was in it. Like she was locked in. She was focused because she was doing what she loves. It didn't matter about the food. Yes, she stayed hydrated or whatever because you got to drink. But to not sit down and have a meal when you have a team of people responsible for your well being, it's not like people forgot to feed her. She just said, hell no, this ain't the time. Okay, I'm locked in, right? And she chose to continue to push on. She chose to continue to have that perseverance in what she believes, right? She stayed true to the vision. She stayed true to the big picture, Sag energy, okay? She said, you know what? This is what I want. I have the people around me to make it happen, and I'm not going to rest until it's done. And that's part of reaching the bigger picture as well, realizing when you need help, realizing when you need to outsource, realizing when, you know what, I'm not the greatest at this particular thing, but I know who is. I may not have the time or the energy to learn something new and try to do it myself just to keep the costs down, but I know who can. I know who can help me. So just making those executive decisions to say, you know what, I can't do this no more. I thought I could be a one woman show. I thought I could be a one man show, a one man business. If I want to be bigger, I can't go alone. If I want to be more than what I'm doing now, I cannot do this by myself. Okay. I have to decide to cut this burden from me, to cut the fat from myself, to say, no, I need to be able to use my energy to do other things. I need to reserve my energy so I could be greater at the main thing I'm awesome at, right? You've heard the expression jack of all trades, masters of none, right? That's when you spread yourself too thin and you put all these eggs in all these baskets instead of really honing in on that real passion, that money maker, that vision that you have, that your baby, that thing, so rather than like just going full like obsessed mode and like giving it your all and just knowing your stuff inside and out and just doing your due diligence and being compliant and just making sure that you're protecting your craft and expanding your art form, whatever it is. Investing, it's all about the investment, right? Do you want to invest in something that's going to grow or something that's like here, there, like just shooting your shot type energy, right? I feel like, yes, you got to play the game. Yes, it's a numbers game, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a priority. There's got to be something that takes like the cake. You don't want to spread yourself too thin because you want to really see something through, right? You don't want to have all these half-ass projects. Can you attest to half-ass projects? I know me. I'm double mutable energy, so it's nothing for me to pivot. Oh, plans are canceled. Great, thank you. Oh, it's just start. Okay, cool. I'm great at like this type of energy, right? Some people are great at initiating energy, but they have no staying power. Some people are great at the staying power. Shout out to the fixed signs. What? The Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo. Yes, all those fixed signs energy, right? Maybe they're good at sticking to the plan, but if the plan has to deviate, they may struggle a little more than the other signs with deviating from the plan because this was the plan and this is what was said. And no, we can't change what was said. You said this. Yes, but the plan has changed, right? So we have all of these energies, cardinal, fixed, mutable energies that we're working with. So with the Sagittarius energy, it is mutable fire. So that means with these passions, the passions may change, okay? The love may change. The desires may change. It may be here today, gone tomorrow. The passion may reignite, okay? The flame may go out. Whatever that flame energy is, that's what Sagittarius is all about. It's like full bold, full fire, full love, full heart. I fully mean it. I love you, mean it. Like that full energy, but it can also be like, all right, I'm done. It's a flame, fire flame energy. Here today, gone tomorrow. So, um, decide what fat you need to cut from your life. Like, if you know that you have some addictions you're struggling with, or some bad habits that you're struggling with, that's keeping you from reaching your fullest potential, that's keeping you from reaching the highest, okay, the highest self and the best and most attractive version of yourself to yourself. If you know that you're holding on to energies, or holding on to relationships, or holding on to jobs or hobbies, or patterns that you do, like watching TV, like streaming Netflix at the same time every day because that's just what you're used to doing. Why keep doing that? So just decide like where your investment needs to go. With the full moon in Taurus, we identified, hopefully you identified what was worth the investment. And now with the Sagittarius New Moon, it's time to pivot for a fiery new start. It's time to set ablaze a new trail. It's time to ignite that flame. Okay, start the passion, start the desire, start the things that's gonna light you up, right? With the flame color, orange, yellow. Okay, that same sacral solar plexus energy, right? So just thinking about what's gonna light you up. And tonight with the new moon, you need to write down your new intentions. Okay, so new moon, new intentions. So what are intentions, right? What do you intend to do? What do you want to happen? Okay, so like if think about it as like making a wish. Okay, so if you want to make a wish, you got to not only make the wish but fully believe that the wish is possible and happening. Believe that you're deserving of that wish happening. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. um Half of manifesting is believing that you're worth it, is believing that you're of value to receive it. And you also have to be open to receiving it, right? For example, I've been saying for the longest, that I'm emotionally unavailable. And this came to me the other day too, that I'm emotionally available because I don't want a relationship right now. I don't want to, like, I just don't. I'm working on me right now, and I just don't want that right now. But I realized that, Sherelle, you can't say, "Oh, I hope to be a mom someday," and then not be emotionally available. Or, "Oh, I wish I had, like, these types of friends," but then not be emotionally available. Or, "Oh, I wish I was making this much more money," and then not be emotionally available. Because money is energy, right? Money is currency. So you have to be in the energy of money. You have to be in the energy of receiving money and being deserving of that money. Like, the saying, act like you've been somewhere, act like you've been around nice things before. That energy, like, you got to be in that expecting, like, yeah, I'm used to this type of energy. Okay, not like, "Ooh, God," like, act like you've been somewhere, act like you know what this feels like. Okay, this should be feeling normal to you, this goodness. Okay, this should be feeling normal to you. But you just have to believe that you belong there, right? Believe that you belong in your manifestation, right? What's that little game show? Not Sims, but the Grand Theft Auto. Like, insert yourself in the vision, insert yourself in the dream. Truly believe that, yes, I'm gonna meet Chris Brown someday because it's on my vision board. Okay, and I say thank you to it when I look at it. All right, so whatever you're trying to manifest, you have to be clear on what you want to manifest. Write it down, put pen to paper. Okay, because when you write things down, it's literally a gift to yourself. It's memories to you of where your mental space was. It's a gift to you to say, "Hey, remember when you was feeling like this?" It's documentation on your life. You're halfway to writing your autobiography when you write things down. All you gotta do is keep all the lists. Remember the movie Color Purple? Not Color Purple, Five Heartbeats. Remember when they, like, wrote all the little things on the different scraps of paper and stuff? You gotta keep all the scraps of paper, y'all. It's helping you. Okay, so when you write things down, it's to help you be clear on where your mental space, right? Especially if you experience anxiety like I do, and your mind just continues to race and you become mentally overwhelmed. It um it just really helps to write things down. Okay, and something I've been living by now: if you're mentally overwhelmed, write. If you're mentally blocked, read. Okay, so whenever I feel mentally overwhelmed, where I just have all these ideas floating around, I'm like, I should start writing, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's chicken scratch, sloppy. I try to write it as best I can, but the intention is just to get it down, so I can read it later and like try to make sense of it, later. So that's what I do. I either write things down on lists or I put it in my notes in my phone. If I have access to pen and paper, I put it in the notes in my phone and I keep it. And with every full moon and with every new moon, I'm going back to my list and I'm adding the list. I'm just carrying it over, right? The list is growing and I'm chipping away at it as it goes. And that helps me to be clear on what I want to manifest, my manifestations, and keeping me in the energy of it's possible, right? And again, not only do you have to be clear on what you want and to believe that it's possible and to believe that you're deserving of it, that you're worthy of it, you also got to let it go. You got to give spirit space to do their thing. You got to give the universe space to do their thing, right? It can't be everybody in the kitchen, okay? Can't be everybody. So it's like, I, you told me the first time. Don't come back in here telling me again, okay? Because if you tell me again, now I ain't gonna want to give it to you, okay? Because now you're making me feel like you testing if I'm listening. You're testing my gangster at this point. So I heard you the first time. Thank you. Noted, okay? So you gotta, because when you're like, oh, I hope it happens. I hope it's happened. It's giving that energy of doubt. It's sprinkling it with doubt. Okay. And we don't want to sprinkle our manifestations with doubt. Okay. We wanna cast it with a ball of fire to say, look, I want that new promotion by March 31st, 2022 with a $40,000 pay upgrade with all of the amenities and all of the benefits and blah, blah, blah. Like, you got to clearly spell it out what you want. You got to be clear on exactly, specifically what you want. Like I said before, you could pray for a man, but he could be a man that beats you. He could be a man that steals your money. He could be a man that's going to affect you with something, okay? So you got to be very clear. You can ask for a woman, a girlfriend, but you can get one that beats on you. You can get one that's going to mess with your homeboy. You can get one that has this dark other twisted life that you know nothing about, okay? So just be very clear about what you want to bring into your world. Be very clear about what you want to manifest, right? You can't just say, "Oh, I want a friend." No, I want a genuine friend. I want a genuine friendship. I want a loyal, loving, consistent, you know what I'm saying? Like, be clear. And sometimes you may not know what you want, and that's okay. That's why you just start writing things down. And as you write things down, you start reading it like, and then you start connecting the dots, putting the puzzle piece together, okay? And then you can just start making your list or and also, when you write your intentions, you want to write it in the affirmative. So, what does that mean? You want to write it like, I am so happy that I manifested my pay raise. I am so grateful that I made this team. I am so grateful that I was able to break up with that person and I'm healing and I'm fine. I was able to transition into this higher version of myself. Whatever it is that you want to see for yourself, you got to be clear on what it is. You got to believe that it's possible. You got to believe that you deserve it. You got to give it some time, space, and grace to let it bake, let it cook, let it do its thing. It probably won't happen overnight, but be open to the miracle that it could. Be open to both, okay? Don't expect it to happen overnight, but be open to the miracle and the possibilities of how your manifestations and your dreams could just really take flight and be like, wow, I really did this. I actually bought this house. Like, I was manifesting a new house, but damn, I didn't know it's going to be this big. Sag New Moon energy. Wow, I just wanted to get pregnant, but now I'm pregnant with triplets. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Sag New Moon energy. Um, wow, I just wanted to go on a date, but man, he is packing and he got big D energy and he got money and you know what I'm saying? Like, the full package. Like, no, you want this, but I give you this. Like, you asking for this, but I want to give you this. Okay, so it's like literally like the utmost of what you want, the highest, top tier, the biggest. Okay, like, what's that saying? If you don't land on the moon, aim for the stars, because even if you don't get it, aim for the moon, because if you, something like that, like, aim for the moon for the stars, something like that. But go big or go home with your manifestations. write them down, and flame them bad boys up. Work with the fire element, okay? So for me, I'm gonna have candles lit everywhere. I'm going to sit outside. Again, you're not gonna be able to see the moon tonight, but sit under the moon, write down your intentions, maybe play some music, maybe sit in silence, maybe chant, maybe call somebody and have a conversation. Whatever feels right to you, do that. Operate from a place of fulfillment, operate from a place of what's gonna give you energy and make you feel good. And I would say burn your intentions, because you want to work it with the fire element, put it into the air with the universe, whatever. And also speak in it, like speak over the fire and speak as your intention is like going up into the air. And send it up with gratitude. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Okay. Thank you, Spirit team. Send it up with gratitude. Send it up with love. Send it up with excitement. Send it up with the orange and yellow chakra energy. Send it up with that energy, that excitement, that you need to set it up there with that. Okay, your fire, your intentions that you burn tonight or around this weekend. Okay, this whole weekend. It's not just tonight. You can do it tomorrow morning if you want to. You can do it tomorrow night, whatever. But around like 2 or 3 days before and after the moon phase is like when it's strongest typically. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and end it there. Also working with the fire element, so maybe cooking is like really therapeutic for you or something. Also fire campfire, maybe like going outside, having like a bonfire type thing. Maybe you're gonna have a chat around a bonfire where some major change is gonna happen. So just look for the fire element, okay, and try to work with it if you can. Yeah, I'll go ahead and end it there. So thank y'all so much. I ain't even drink my tea. I don't know if I said, but I think my throat is like sore, and I think it's because I slept with a wet head last night. I slept with the deep conditioner in, so my throat is sore, and I meant to drink my tea, but oh well, I just warm it back up. But I'll go ahead and end it here, you guys. And damn, I didn't even do a reading, an oracle reading. I'll just stop it here because once I start, I don't stop. And it's already 45 minutes. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and stop it here for the My Virgo Friend podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Remember, you can listen to my podcast on iTunes. So, if you have an Apple, if you have an iPhone, that purple icon with the white stripes, it's like 3 white stripes. That's the podcast icon. Activate that, search My Virgo Friend. You should see my podcast. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. I upload the visuals on my YouTube channel as well, CheChe Babe. I intend to do, I'll just show y'all. I ain't gonna say shit. Let me just do it because I'm sick of my old self saying stuff I'm not gonna do. At some point, you gotta get tired of your own stuff. Saying what you're gonna do and not doing it. Do it or not. People are tired of hearing us, y'all, saying that we're going to do stuff, we're not going to do it. And it's also an insult when we don't lean into our big dreams, when we don't lean into our big ideas. It's an insult to the people that believe in us. It's an insult to the people that also share the vision. It's an insult to the people that dead ass love us and will ride or die. Well, not, I hate saying ride or die, but like really be down for you and have your back genuinely. Like it's an insult to the people that truly believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself. So get yourself together. Get the tears out, get the anger and resentment out, forgive yourself, okay? The time is gone, but you still got time on your side. The time is gone, but you still got time on your side, all right? Forgive yourself for what was done, make peace with that energy, cut that shit out. Eclipse energy, do it to yourself. Stop that. Stop that, like half believing in yourself and allow yourself to just sulk and sit in the depths, right? We are not in that down energy anymore. We are in the Sagittarius optimistic yay energy, okay? We are in the yes energy, okay? Sagittarius season. So get your holiday tail in the spirit, all right? And start doing the things that light you up more because we are in holiday season, which is seasonal affective disorder season, right? It's depression season, okay? And for some people, it just takes them under a little more than everyone else. Be kind. Be gentle, be compassionate, be understanding. Okay, everyone is going through something. Most times you know nothing about. Okay, so don't be so quick you know, to take things personally, right? Just understand The holiday season can be a great time, an enlightening time, but it can also be very triggering for some people. So just really focus on being brighter, being better, being bigger, leading from the heart, being more big hearted, because this world needs it, y'all. This world needs it. Your light is needed, your energy is needed, your perspective is needed, your voice is needed, your talents, your craft, all of that. It's needed and it's divinely supported. It is divinely gifted. No longer putting the energy out there of, I hope they support me. I hope they'll start to support me. They do. No question. You are divinely supported. You are divinely gifted. And those people will show themselves to you. They will appear in your life. They just hadn't appeared to you yet. You already got a spirit team that's working in the affirmative for you. You already have so many things that you have dodged, so many obstacles that you have dodged because you have spirit working in your favor on your behalf and you don't even know it, fighting battles on your behalf. Okay, praise God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so continue to lean into that energy that what's for you is for you. Straight up, what's for you is for you. Okay, timing is everything, alignment is everything. When you cast out your intentions and your love and your manifestations, give it time, space, and grace to grow. Give it time, space, and grace to congeal. Okay, to take form, to take shape, to take foundation. Okay, after Sagittarius season, fiery Sagittarius season, we move into earthy Capricorn, building and growing and money and status and power. Okay. So before we move into that energy, I need you to go gung ho all Sagittarius season. See yourself bigger, see yourself bolder, see yourself more fearless, brighter, more beautiful, just the highest and best. See yourself as glory in the highest. Glory in the highest. And we're going to wrap it up there for the podcast episode. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to go for real this time because now we're at 50 minutes, you guys. And you know I keep going. So I'm going to just cut myself off right now. Check me out. You can listen to this full episode on my Instagram. On my Instagram page as well. CheChe Babe. CheCheBabe. I'm going to try to save this live. IG, act right. Please let me save the live. And you can also catch me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartMusic, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, as well as my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your love and support. It means more to me than you know. And just thank you for everyone that gives me confirmation, that lets me know it matters, to let me know if the message resonates, to let me know if it hits. Y'all know I talk off the top of the dome. I just channel the messages. I just be in the energy. So thank y'all so much for letting me know that it matters, that it makes sense, that it helps you. This is my life's work. This is what I love. This is what I believe in. And I know I'm good at it. So thank y'all for letting me know that it makes sense and that it helps, because that's what I want to do. I love y'all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.